Come on. What have we now? The 29th of May, Monday. Our last move on this little area here. I was going to move him this morning, but I left him for another half a day. So it's absolutely beautiful here now at the minute. The weather has been amazing. This is a small few acres. Oh, there's a little calf over there. I'm surprised they actually knew even where to go. They were in here for the second day of our test, which was, what, Friday. So they were Friday. We're now Monday, so they had Friday, Saturday, Sunday in on this little L-shaped field here. I've all that topped. I set the topper high. They were very strong, them rushes, so I didn't go down super tight on them. And now we have them coming in a little lane here, and I'll show you where they're going on to. There's lovely grass in here now. This place hasn't been ate since before. No, actually, just after Christmas. It was January when they were last in here. So there's lovely picking on that ditch. What I've done is now I put my electric wire on the far side of that ditch, on top of the ditch. Now that's not our place, obviously. We don't have access to that. But I want them. I don't want to run. Come on, Maverick. I don't want to run a line or a fence down here where they can't eat the ivy and the little bit of picking that is on that hedge there. So yeah, so this is actually lovely in here, and this is a cutaway bog in here also. There's a little bit of a high bank that's dry, but beyond it is obviously you get lost in it. So there's my fence. You can see it there sitting on top of the wall, if you want to call that a wall, a ditch. Basically the earth that was dug from under here for the drain was thrown up on top to make a dry bank, and that's how the boundaries were made back many years ago. So there's lovely sweet soft grass in here for them to chew on. I've given them the whole lot of it because it would be too difficult to fence it off in two. In here we have a wooded area. They can go through all that as well. So this is perfect. We have a wetter, rushier part there in the middle. That is a kind of a light rush. An empty rush. They'll eat all the tops of them. So I will leave them in here now for 2 days. And then it's back to our priority, our 2023 priority paddock, which I'll show later on in this video. So this little lady here now, I'm delighted to see her grazing. She, during the test, had a little bit of a scour, similar to what the small calf had. But she's an older calf, obviously. She was born at the end of March, April, so she's 2 months old now, and she's well able for it. But whenever, you can see her backside is a little bit dirty. But it never affected her, only I didn't like to see it. So her backside is a bit, I think she's starting to dry up, to be honest. She was very wet looking on Friday. So this is the kind of stuff now they're eating. This was hammered into the ground around the Christmas time. I fed them a good few bales on this. I held them up here. I'm trying to remember now why I held them up here. I was feeding them hay on it. The lane was super hard to come in. Now I can bring in a full bale of silage in 3 loads, but I could bring in 1 full bale of hay in 1 load. So that's why I was feeding them hay in here. And it was a nice dry spot. There's a dry, it goes around there as well, and it's higher there, and there's a lovely dry place up there. So yeah, it just happened to be, I ideal for the time of year. So the calves are getting a little bit excited here now. What's this fella doing? He's attacking the ground, is he? Yeah. So that is the story. There's no major news at the minute now. I'm just enjoying walking through these here now at the minute. Like I said, they were to be moved this morning, but they were kind of relaxed. They were lying out. They're doing more lying in this warm weather than eating. So they also say as well that in the afternoon on these sunny days that the sugars are at their highest in the afternoons. So we are now just going to 2:30. So the sugars are at their peak. Bricks, I think they call it. Now there is a way of measuring that. I don't have a tool for measuring them. But basically it's a little tool. You pick the grass off like that. You shove it into it. It squashes it up like a garlic grinder thing. And you look through it and it tells you what sugars are in it. But anyhow, whatever sugars are in this grass, they're at their peak at this hour. And then as the sun goes down, the sugars drop. So the silage men out there know as well that you always best to cut your hay or cut your silage in the afternoon when the grass is at its sweetest. So this is a good time to move them. So that's it now. Yeah, I'll end it here now short because I've no more news. I'll let these graze away and I'll go back home now for the cup of tea. So I'll chat very soon. So we're now, let me look at the watch, the 31st, I believe. The 31st of May, the last day of May. It's a Wednesday. And you can see what I'm at here now. I'm hauling water. So the little watering hole I did have in here where they are still, is kind of dried up. Well, there's water in it, but I want to make sure that they have a couple of options. So I'm hauling water at the minute. Now they're not mad for it, I have it there full, just in case. But it just so happened that I was on a field where they had no drinker. Now is this fence off? It is, yeah. So let me just jump. Now in the early bit of this video, I had just let them into this place. That was 2 days ago. The situation at the minute is that I am going back down to Clare tomorrow for a couple of days, to West Clare. So I wanted to graze this place off tight. As I was saying, they weren't here since last January and they will not be back here now until, I would say, probably August. There was lots of different stuff to be eaten in here, because I said there's a woody area in there with lots of ivy on them trees. It's mostly made up of blackthorn, which has a berry on it, a really bitter blue berry in the autumn, a slow berry it's called. They're edible. There's a stone in the middle of them, but they're super dry, very dry and bitter. But the cattle will browse on them leaves. They will browse on the ivy. They have lots of grass, and they have a kind of a hollow, empty rush in here, which we call in the west a lura wadra, which is Irish for dog rush. We call it the lura wadra. I think some people call it a sprat or a spratty rush up here in Cavan. So the weather is absolutely fantastic. We're in the low 20s. We haven't had rain in, I'd say it's nearly a couple of weeks. I can't remember anyhow. Do you know when it rained last, girl? You don't really give a shite, do you? You're happy enough. So yeah, but we had lots and lots of it before that, so we're not worried about a drought yet. We wouldn't want to be anyhow, not after a couple of weeks. But as I said, we have the fence at the back of that ditch there. So they have lovely shade in here now from high sun during the afternoon. And then they have all that area there to eat. Now, as I said, there's the empty rush in there. The lure water is in there. You can see that they have ate off the tips of it. I'm not going to move them now until tomorrow morning. The plan is tomorrow morning they're going to go on a couple of acres, which will do them for the few days that I'm away. Even though they're calling now, but I don't think it's for the want of moving or the want of hunger. It's not hungry they are, but maybe just used to being moved on a regular basis. But they're in there now enjoying the shade. Here's Davy's heifer. Davy's heifer has a slight bit of a lame. She's carrying that leg a bit there. You can see now she was lying down last night and I saw it. A little bit of a sore on the side of her leg. But she's not moving until tomorrow, so she'll be able to rest it. Now she can walk. And she does put most of her weight on it, but she just carries it that little bit. So I have to keep an eye on that. Here's our calves lying out. Actually, there's our youngest calf. Now she's up, look. This lady still hasn't got the jewellery in. But she is flying it now. There's no bother with her. A lot of the calves did get a little bit of a milk scour. Not a scour as such, but their dung was very milky looking. I think it was the grass was super strong this last while. And the cows were milking very well and the calves were gorging out on it. And it turned their dung this colour. So there's no problem with milk with the cows anyhow. This is our red short-horn bull calf out with the black white-head cow. This is, I can never tell the difference. Is that's Belle, I think. Yeah, we call her Belle. That's Davy's heifer's calf. And where's the other rowan lady? There is the other rowan lady. They're not doing much grazing now in high sun at the minute. Where's the other rowan calf? I don't see her. She's not in there. The red white-head calf is in the ditch there. One, let me count there now. I'll have a look through them again. We have 9 calves. Here's Bluey's bull calf, starting to shape up well. That fella has a nice length of a back and he's broad in his backside. You know there's a bit of quality in the back breeding. He's definitely not a Frisian. My phone cut out there. It says that I do not have enough storage space, so I'm going to have to take a look at that. But I don't know, I was half blinded. Our 2 rowan heifers are here. The one there scratching her head there is White Clare's daughter, and that's Davy's heifer's daughter there. So we've all accounted for. So yeah, they're kind of half thinking they're going to be moved, but they're not going to be moved. They're going to go up the road about a mile tomorrow. So they're all lazing on a sunny afternoon here. And I'm starting to really like that black and white bull calf there, even though he's kind of a reddy browny hue off him. He's a nice looking calf. He'll make a great bullock. This lad here I think is earmarked for sale. He's going to be going alongside his mother. I'm going to have to sell a few cows. Not, I don't have to, but I think I should. This lady, I'm going to have to make decisions soon. Now that the test is clear, I can now sell with a fresh test. I can't keep them all. I'm very bad at selling. I like keeping them. I get fond of them, but I have to snap out of that. So decisions have to be made. This lad here now is plainish enough, and I put that down to his mother. His mother is dairy bred. So even though he will shape up eventually, he's a bit leggy, that fella. He'll make a nice bullock. Let me go over here now and look at our smallest little calf. There's Red Clare's heifer, and then we have Belty Biogue's little heifer, and there's Belty Biogue. So she's a great mother now, no problems, as you can see, nursing her there, keeping her safe. So I'm after being told again now that I have no more storage on this phone, so I had to delete a heap of pictures. So I better get off the phone and make this last bit of it quick. I'm going to move the cattle tomorrow onto fresher ground. They're here for the night, and I will be back Saturday from my little road trip to Clare. So a short video, or just a video about the beautiful weather, the nice grass, the nice picking, a look at the cattle, and that's about it, I suppose. So for now, I'll say good luck and goodbye.